Hi, in this video, we will look at statuses. Statuses are for both clients and candidates. If we open up one of your candidates, you will see the statuses up here. Now, right now we have a default list of statuses. These are our process that we put in your account, but you probably have your own process. I'll go ahead and walk you through how we do things, and then we want your process to be entered in. The first option we have here is something called pre-application. Pre-application in our world means that this is before the client or the candidate actually applied. Maybe they called you or they reached out via email. You have the ability to add them into the system. This pre-application is already created. Basically, it just says, hey, thanks for your interest in joining our team, but we really need you to fill out an application. So here we're redirecting these pre-applicant directly to the application. Once these applicants start filling out the application, automatically they're going to be in the applied status. Automatically as well, once we click update status, they receive an email. You don't even need to send out an email to them. This one does not have an email attached, but yours will. We can edit that email. Once we receive their application, what we'll do is we'll come into the profile, we'll check out the application details and review all of that information. The profile is where you're going to check all of that data. Once we like their application and we want to move forward with them, let's come back into our statuses. Then we're going to mark them as application approved and we'll click update status. These statuses are just for you to know where you're at in the process, as well as send an email at that stage. You'll notice in our world, all of these emails populate before sending. This email says, hey, thanks for your interest in joining our team. We'd love to move forward with you and schedule an interview. This is the stage where we can ask them for a phone interview, a Zoom call, but basically we're thanking them for applying and adding our Calendly link or whatever scheduler you have. You can also add fluff to this email. Maybe you don't have a calendar link. Great, just add a few times. At the bottom, you can go ahead and send the email, or you can schedule to send the email, maybe at a future date. Once you've scheduled that interview, there's an interview tab. So come on in here to your interview tab. This is that split screen. So we have the full profile on the left and we have interview questions on the right. Then we'll go back to your admin tab. Once we've had that interview, we can move them to phone screen complete. Click update status. And you'll notice there's no email attached because no email populated. However, if you would like to add an email to this status, all you need to do is click this button here, add email, and we can add the templated email for that phone screening. Then the goal is to move them through the process. Phone screening is complete. Now the interview is complete. Again, this doesn't have an email, so it's just for you to know where you're at in the process. Same thing with the rest of these statuses. They sign their documents. Great, we've updated their status. That way we know they're all signed. Here, we have the ability to also send an SMS, maybe instead of an email. But we can add an email as well. Once we've checked the references, we want to move them into reference check complete. This does have an email attached to it. So this is basically letting your team member know, hey, we've ran your references and we want to welcome you to the team. In this status, we're going to go ahead and give them access to the dashboard. We want them to log in for the first time and have access to Engine Hire now that they've passed our process. Here, we have the login page. So they're going to log in the same way that you do, with their email as their username and password. Now, your candidate or client can log into the system. Once they come into the system, there's probably a few things that they need to finish. You can see all the things in your dashboard in which are in red. Most of the time, the only thing that your candidates might need to do are sign documents and or upload documents. Back to the admin tab. Once their profile is complete, it will automatically move them into the status. Then it's up to you to move them to hired. Once they're in a hired status, that way we can start sending out jobs and know exactly who's on the team. There's two more statuses here at the bottom, inactive and rejected. If you ever have a candidate who's maybe seasonal or is not quite working with you at the moment, we can move them to inactive. This makes sure that we're not emailing them every job, and it takes them out of any communication or your visibility. Rejected is a little bit different. We can reject applicants based on the application, or maybe we need to reject a certain applicant because they didn't show up to work multiple times. The rejected status physically revokes access from the applicant if they're already been in the system, meaning they won't be able to log in anymore. Now, of course, this is our flow and this is our system, but we want your flow in here. So the first thing you need to do is click this little gear icon next to update status. Now you can rearrange, you can rename these items and add your workflow. Once you do, you'll go back through and click on the status in which you want to add the email. So go ahead and click update status. Once you do, and you've created that status, go ahead and click add email. And now you can create the content in which you're sending out at that step. If you have any questions on this, of course, let us know. We want to make sure to help you through this process. This is the bones of your business here, and this is what helps save you a lot of time. So please keep us posted if you need help here.